What's up, everybody? It's Squeak. This video is a build off of one that I just posted yesterday, showing me banging out a beat real quick on my Streetboxx. Today what I'm going to show you is I took that original beat, copied it several times, and made a few variations, including an intro. I'm going to show two modes. I'm going to show the song mode. I'm also going to show the groove play mode. Song mode, all you're doing is you're just chaining your patterns together. You're going in and you're manually telling which pattern to play at what part in the song. It's really easy to do. And then under the groove play mode, it's more like a DJ style, so I'll get into that in just a minute. So just to show you here, here's what I did based off of yesterday's pattern. Alright, there you have it. Again, all I did was I just took the original bass pattern, I copied it several times, and made some multiple variations. And it didn't take any major re-recording either. I was just taking a part out and maybe adding a part here and there. And as it progressed through, I hope you were able to hear it through my camera's cheap microphone, but as it progressed through, you heard different parts come in and different parts leave as well, like the hi-hats, for example, and some more ethnic instruments. I will tell you this, under the song mode, you're going to want to make sure that you title your patterns, because if you don't, you're going to run into a big problem. I do this myself all the time because I get too rushed and too ahead of myself. But when you go into the song mode, when you start chaining your patterns together and you're scrolling through and you're choosing a pattern number for whatever location in the song, let's say, for example, you have a pattern number 270, and you copy pattern number 270 to user location 271 to make another variation. If you don't rename that pattern, when you go into the song mode, you're going to see that pop up. It's 270 twice, and you won't know which one is which, because when you're copying it to a user location, it's not only copying the pattern data, it's also copying the number as well to that user location, so you're actually making two of the same number. So what you'll want to do is name your patterns and give them like a numerical allocation too, something that you can tell like version 1, version 2, or variation 1 or variation 2. That way when you get into your song mode, it's a lot easier to find your patterns. I get ahead of myself a lot and I forget to name my patterns, and then I end up cursing a lot and throwing something when I'm trying to chain them together in song mode. Another thing I want to show you too is to all you newbies out there, I still make this mistake, and I think this is a really bad layout decision from Zoom's part on the Streetboxx. Right here you have two buttons, insert copy and delete and erase. They're right next to each other. That's a bad place for these buttons, because when you get into making your beats and you're really getting into the feeling of a beat and you're not paying attention, you can inadvertently delete a whole pattern when you're really intending to copy it. And I did that twice yesterday when I was making these patterns. You'll be getting into making your beat and you'll want to copy it to another location, and it's a double tap is all it is. You hit the button twice for insert copy. If you're not careful, you can just mistakenly press the delete erase key and hit it twice without even realizing you pressed it, and before you know it, you just destroyed your whole pattern. So for you newbies out there, you might want to put like a piece of tape or something over this with a little red dot, just something that shows you that that's the delete erase key, because I've had the Streetboxx for a while and I still make that mistake. Alright, now I'm going to go into the groove play. Groove play is a little different. Groove play, you press the song and pattern button at the same time. What groove play is it allows you to assign entire patterns to a pad, or you can kind of break a pattern up a little bit and assign various parts of a pattern to a pad, and it allows you to trigger them live. For the purpose of this video, I went ahead and just assigned my entire pattern set to each individual pad, just to show you how it works. But if, for example, if you want to take a pad or take a beat that you've created, and maybe the bass drum and the clap and a few other things are going to be constant throughout the entire beat, you can assign that entire part to one pad. And then you can break it up and put a hi-hat on another pad and maybe an ethnic instrument on another pad, and you can keep doing that. And then this allows you to bring various parts of your kit in and out, so you can trigger it live that way. If you want a pad to repeat, there's this repeat step button right here, or the bar. You hold this button down and press that pad, and when you release it, the pad will continue to loop. If you don't want the pad to loop, you can just press it once and hold it down. It'll be a continuous play, but as you release your finger, it stops. And I'll show you what I mean here. Let me turn this up. You won't be able to hear it. There we go. Now, if you notice, as I remove my finger, alright, so what I did is I took all those patterns that I made, and instead of breaking them all up, I just wanted to show you that you can assign these patterns to the pads and kind of have a little more fun with them that way. If you want the pad to loop, like I said, you hold down the repeat step bar, and that pad will continuously loop. And if you want it to stop, you press that pad again. And you can do that with all these pads. Like I said, you can assign a bass and a clap maybe to one pad and put your hi-hat on another pad. And it allows you to bring parts of your song in and out. And this is a really nice feature if you've got something like a hardware sequencer, or if you're going directly to your computer and you want to record this live as audio. It allows you to take your pattern and mix it up a little bit. Let's see, what else did I want to show you here on this? As far as like mixing it up, you can do different things like this. For example, my intro was this. Now I can take that and play with it a little bit. So you can see you can do that and kind of mix your pattern up a little bit that way. But there you have it. That's the song mode and the pattern mode. But just remember, when you're in your song mode, name your patterns. Otherwise, you're going to be cursing and throwing shit, alright? It's going to be hell if you're trying to chain these patterns together and you haven't assigned a name to them. And again, the Groove Play, it lets you assign all your patterns to the pads, break them up however way you want, and trigger it live DJ style, alright?